Hello Legacy students! So today we're going to look at solving rational equations day 2. So day 2. This is going to have 3 or more fractions involved. Yes, this is definitely different than before. Not too bad once you figure out the pattern, but it does take a little bit of work. Bring around your notes, pen or a pencil, and then a calculator may be needed today, but maybe not. Depends. So guys, we're going to learn how to solve rational equations with 3 or more fractions. So, I have a question for you. What number is missing? So, you're probably saying 4, right? You're probably like, Marsh, it's 4, of course, because 1 plus 4 equals 5. But do you notice, you didn't even look at the 7s? Because in our mind, we said, oh, those are all the same. That's what we're going to want to get to today. We're going to want to make it so we find the common denominator for all of the fractions, and then all we need to do is worry about the numerator. We don't even care what the numerator looks like. Denominator, excuse me, as long as it's all the same. Then the numerators are the only thing we need to worry about, because if I have 7s all across the board on the bottom, those are equal to each other. All I need to worry about is the numerators. Are the numerators equal to each other? And they have to be, so I can find my variable. So here's the very first example we're going to take a look at. I have 1/2 plus 2 over x equals 1x. So let's find our LCD. So my LCD, guys, or my lowest common denominator, I'm going to take the 2, and it looks like I have x's, right? So let's take an x. And then I already have the x present. So my LCD has to be 2x. So I'm going to write 2x down here plus 2x equals 2x. Okay? What do I need to multiply the 2 by to get 2x? Well, just an x, right? Here I need to multiply by 2, right? Because that's the new change to our denominator. And then here I need to multiply by 2 as well. So I will have on the numerator x, because 1 times x, 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 2 is 2. Notice, guys, my denominators are all the same. So I can kind of forget about them, because if x is, let's say, 3, they're all going to have a denominator of 6. So I really don't care about my denominator. All I need to worry about now is that numerator. So let's write our numerator off to the side. X plus 4 equals 2. So x plus 4 equals 2. Let's see, does it, what's my answer? So I'm going to subtract 4. So I'm going to get x equals negative 2. Now, just like last time, guys, you do need to do some checking. Check, check, check. So I got 1/2 plus 2 over negative 2 equals 1 over negative 2. Let's see if that's going to get me what I want. So I have 1/2 minus 1, right? Because 2 minus 2 over negative 2 is a negative 1, equals negative 1/2. So is 1/2 minus 1, is that a negative 1/2? If I have a half and I take away a whole, I'm a half in the whole, right? I have negative 1/2. So negative 2 does in fact check out. It does work. Let's check out example 2. So I have 3x over x plus 1 equals 12 over x minus 1 plus 2. So very first thing I like to do is make that 2 have a 1 below it, because otherwise I kind of forget about him, and then I just get sad that I forgot about him. To find our least common denominator, I do notice I have an x squared minus 1. Let's factor that before we find our LCD. So x plus 1, x minus 1, right? So my LCD has to be, well, I gotta take the x plus 1 from the first fraction. I already have an x plus 1 present. Let's take an x minus 1. And then a 1, he's technically in there, so we don't need to worry about that. So what I'm going to do, I found my LCD, right? So I'm just going to write LCD on the bottom of all of these. That way it kind of saves myself some hand. Save my hand a little bit. There we go. X plus 1, notice, guys, I need to multiply by an x minus 1 up here, because my LCD already has an x plus 1. I don't need to multiply by anything. So let's just multiply by 1. This guy I need to multiply by both of them because he didn't have anything in his denominator. So I would have here, I'll have 3x squared minus 3x equals 12. And then this is a little confusing. Let's go on to a sidebar here. So I got 2 times x plus 1 times x minus 1. We need to fully multiply this out. So this would be 2x plus 2, x minus 1. So multiply this fully out. I got 2x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 2. I think a lot of students forget that they can multiply the 2 in and then get what they want, get what that is, and then multiply further. So my answer for that piece is just 2x squared minus 2. There we go. Now, LCDs, they're all the same. We don't need to worry. So all I need to worry about is 3x squared minus 3x equals 12 plus 2x squared minus 2. Let's get everybody the same side. Oh, it looks like I can also combine. So 12 minus 2. Let's see what we're actually working with here. That's 10 plus 2x squared, right? I'm going to get everybody to the same side, so I'm going to subtract 2x squared and 10. So I'm going to get 1x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Looks like I need a factor to solve. So I'm looking for a negative 10 for my AC. So negative 5 and a positive 2 will do that. So I got 1x squared. Actually, let's just go immediately to parentheses. X minus 5, x plus 2 equals 0, right? So I got factored that. So my two x's must be equal to x equals 5 or x equals negative 2. Now, I am not done. I know. Trust me. This is a long problem. We still need to do some checking. So let's do our check here. I'm going to first check my 5. So we're going to have 3 times 5, which is 15, over 6, right? Because 5 plus 1 equals 12 over x squared of 5. So 5 squared, 25. Subtract 1, 24, plus 2. So 15 over 6, I think we can divide a 3 out of both of those. So I'll get 5 seconds equals 1 plus, or whoop, 1/2 plus 2, right? Because 12 divided by 24 is 1/2. This is technically 2.5, and 2.5's mixed or improper fraction is 5/2. So 5 does in fact check out. Let's check negative 2. So that would be negative 6. I'll put a little check mark there. There we go. Negative 1. 12 over negative 2 squared. That is a positive 4, even though your calculator might say negative 4. That's because you're not plugging it in correctly. Okay, so 4 minus 1, that is 3. And we're going to add 2 on. So 6 has to equal 4 plus 2, which is in fact the case. So I have both answers checking out well and correctly this time. Let's take a look at our last example of the day. We're going to look at example 4, not example 3. So example 4 here, I have 1 minus 8 over x minus 5 equals 3 over x. So, very first thing I notice, I need to find my common denominator. Notice, this guy is just a 1, because he doesn't have a denominator, so we can just put 1. So my LCD, that was weird. There we go. Not 1, because 1's already kind of implied. X minus 5 needs to be present, and so does x. So I'm going to have x minus 5 times x present. This guy I need to multiply by both, because neither of them are in the denominator. This one, it looks like I need to multiply just by x, because x minus 5 is already present. and then this one I need to multiply by x minus 5 because I already have an x in the denominator. So now guys, remember, the lowest common denominator, the denominator is going to be the same, so we just need to worry about the numerators. So I'm just not even going to write my fractions out because these technically, we made these all x minus 5, x minus 5, x minus 5, right? We made all of that when we found our least common denominator and multiplied. So I now can just multiply. So I got x minus 5 right there, minus, because Nook, it's minus, 8x equals 3x minus 5. So let's distribute in. So I got x squared minus 5x minus 8x equals 3x plus 15? Nope, minus 15. My bad. My bad. Should be minus 15. There we go. Minus 15. Because it's 3 times negative 5. My negative got lost. Let's do some combining. So I got x squared minus 13x, and that equals 3x minus 15. Subtract 3x from both sides, and then I'm also going to add the 15 over here as well. Let's get everybody to the same side. So it looks like I have x squared minus 16x plus 15, right? Let's write up here. X squared minus 16x plus 15. Just transferring my work. That equals 0. Let's factor. So I got AC of 15, so it'd be negative 15, negative 1. So I got x minus 15, x minus 1 equals 0. Let's do a check, make sure that they work. So let's make I'm gonna make my little check area here. Check. Okay. Oh, I didn't even put my answers. X equals 15 and x equals 1. Marsha almost forgot our answers there. So we got 1 minus 8 over, let's check 15, so that'd be 10 equals 3/10. Well, I can make this 1 10 over 10, right? Because that simplifies down to 1. 10 equals 3 over 10. Oh, not 10. Hold on. Marsh is not with us today. The math is not with Marsh. This should be 15 because my x is actually 15. There we go. So this is technically 2/10, right? And then I can simplify this down to 1/5, which 2/10 does simplify down to 1/5. So 15 does check out. Let's see if 1 does. So I'll go 1 minus 8 over negative 4 has to equal 3 over 1. So this would be 1 minus, this simplifies down to a negative 2, which just plus 2, right? Equals 3? That does check out too. So 15 and 1, both my x's answers do work in this particular problem. And that's the end of this video. See you later, Sabers.